Why do some cultures treat nudity as natural, even sacred, while others associate it with shame, danger, or strict moral control? The answer is not about the body itself. The human body is biologically the same everywhere. The difference lies in history, religion, environment, and how societies build meaning around visibility. In many ancient cultures, nudity was not originally considered shameful. In ancient Greece, for example, the nude body was closely linked to ideals of athletic excellence, divine beauty, and philosophical harmony. The body was something to refine and celebrate. In public athletic games, nudity was even associated with discipline and honor, not embarrassment. The same body that could be seen in sculpture was also understood as a symbol of civic identity and strength. In contrast, other cultures developed stronger associations between nudity and vulnerability. In colder climates, where clothing became necessary for survival, covering the body naturally became part of daily life. Over time, this practical need often turned into cultural habit, and habit slowly evolved into moral expectation. What began as protection from the environment gradually became a code of modesty. Religion also played a major role in shaping attitudes toward nudity. In many traditions influenced by Abrahamic religions, the body became closely connected with concepts of temptation, morality, and self-control. Nudity was often framed through narratives of innocence and shame, such as the story of Adam and Eve, where awareness of the naked body marks a shift in moral consciousness. In these frameworks, covering the body became not just social behavior, but spiritual discipline. At the same time, other spiritual traditions took very different approaches. In certain Eastern philosophies and indigenous practices, the body was not always separated from nature or spirituality. In some contexts, nudity could symbolize purity, renunciation, or unity with the natural world. Rather than being something hidden, the body could be understood as something transparent, part of a larger cosmic order. Colonial history also influenced how nudity is perceived globally. As European moral frameworks spread through colonization, many indigenous practices involving the body were reinterpreted, restricted, or labeled as primitive by external observers. This created long-lasting cultural judgments that still influence global attitudes today, especially in media and law. Modern technology added yet another layer. Photography, film, and now digital media made the human body infinitely reproducible and instantly shareable. This forced many societies to formalize rules around what kind of nudity is acceptable in art, education, entertainment, and public space. Museums and galleries often distinguish between artistic nudity and obscene imagery, even when the subject is visually similar. Context becomes everything. What is fascinating is that these differences are not fixed. Even within a single culture, attitudes toward nudity can shift over time. What was once scandalous can become classical. What was once natural can become restricted. The Victorian era, for example, was famously strict in public morality, yet deeply fascinated with classical nude art behind closed doors. This shows that cultural fear and cultural fascination often exist side by side. In the modern world, globalization has brought all of these perspectives into contact with each other. Some societies continue to emphasize modesty and restriction, while others prioritize expression and artistic freedom. Social media platforms constantly negotiate between these values, often reflecting deep cultural disagreements about the body and visibility. In the end, nudity itself does not change. What changes is the meaning we assign to it. For some cultures, the uncovered body represents beauty, truth, and harmony with nature. For others, it represents vulnerability, intimacy, or moral boundary. And for many, it is all of these at once, depending entirely on context. Because nudity is never just about the absence of clothing. It is about how a society chooses to see the human being beneath it.